Hi, my name is Michelle Welch, and I'm the Graduate Academic Advisor for the Master's in Public Administration program here at the KU Edwards campus. Thank you so much for joining me today and expressing your interest in learning more about the MPA program. Today I'll review the program in full, but if you have any additional questions following this online info session, please feel free to give me a call or send me an email, and I'd be happy to set up a time for us to talk in more detail. With that being said, let's get started. The MPA offered here at KU is a 43 credit hour master's degree program. Students usually complete the program in 2 to 4 years and are able to take coursework at our Lawrence, Topeka, or Overland Park campus. The Overland Park campus is our Edwards campus, and it is located at Quivira and 127th in Overland Park. All of the courses are offered in the evenings or on weekends to be accommodating for working professionals. We try to make sure that you're able to complete your workday, have time to grab dinner, and then head our way for class in the evenings. Our core curriculum for the Master's in Public Administration is made up of 31 credit hours of required coursework. This required coursework will give you a strong foundation in public administration, no matter which area you're looking to enter. These courses stretch across human resource management, financial public services, law and public management. They give you a wide range perspective of public administration and really set you up for success no matter what field you're looking to enter into. All of these courses are required, but we do not have a specific order that they need to be completed in, with the exception of the PUAD 897. That is the last class that should be completed. It is an assessment of kind of the competencies that you're taking away from the program. So we do ask individuals to complete that in their last semester, but otherwise there is no order that the courses need to be completed in. We do try and make that as flexible as possible so that you're able to complete them in the order that you want to, or whichever nights work best for you. As you'll notice on the screen, there is a course, the public policy course. There are several different course numbers located next to it. That is because we do have several different types of policy courses that you can take to meet that requirement, ranging from nonprofit policy, healthcare policy, urban policy, quite a wide range of courses, just to make sure that we're able to help you kind of start to customize the program with that initial class. Another way to customize the program is with your electives. The second requirement of the Master's in Public Administration program is to complete 4 courses or 12 credit hours of electives. Those electives can really be any graduate level coursework, whether it's a course offered by the School of Public Administration or Public Affairs and Administration, or if it's offered by another school or unit at the Edwards campus or in Lawrence. The courses do need to be graduate level coursework, but otherwise we do want to make sure that you're using these electives to meet your needs and meet your goals and allow you to kind of specialize and customize to the degree to fit your needs. Another way to use your electives effectively is to complete a graduate certificate with your 4 electives. The graduate certificates, for the most part, are 12 credit hours as well, so you're able to plug in the graduate certificate as your electives without any additional coursework, time, or money. It does kind of count as a 2-for-1. So as you can see on the screen, we do have graduate certificates in city and county management, performance management, professional workplace communications, environmental studies, global and international studies, museum studies, and business. So we want to make sure that you're using these graduate certificates to complement your program. We do, as I mentioned earlier, we do offer all of our courses in the evenings or on weekends. The traditional format that we offer is from 6 to 9 p.m. one night a week for 16 weeks. The majority of our courses do run for 16 weeks. We do have some offerings that are more of a hybrid format or an intensive format and are only 8 weeks long, Or we do also have, again, hybrid formats that will maybe meet only 3 times throughout the semester, and the remaining portion of the class will be online or independent. So we want to try to make sure that our courses are accommodating to working professionals and allowing you to move through the program at the rate that you wish to. Most students, as I mentioned earlier, complete the program in about 3 years. If you're wanting to move through a little bit more quickly, you definitely would be able to move through in 2 years. It would require a larger course load per semester. Most students do enroll part-time, only taking 1 or 2 classes a semester. We do consider full-time to be 3 credit hours per semester. So if you're wishing to complete more so at that 2-year mark, we do recommend a more full-time course load. You do have up to 7 years to complete the full master's program. It is extremely rare that students reach that point, but that's something that I can definitely help you with if it ends up reaching that point for any reason. But we obviously would hopefully like to avoid that. For our admissions, we do have an online application. It is offered at the link below. If you go to the link, you're able to set up a username and password so that you can log in and out of your application and upload materials whenever works best for you. So you do not need to complete the full application in one sitting. For the application materials, we do require the online application and application fee, but then we also look for individuals that have a bachelor's degree with roughly a 3.0 on a 4-point scale. We will need an official undergrad transcript. That is one component of the application that we recommend that you do not upload on your own. For it to be considered an official transcript, it does need to come directly from your undergrad institution or your previous institutions to KU. So in order for it to be official, it does need to come directly from them. You are able to upload an unofficial version to your application just so we can begin the review process, but we cannot admit you until we do have that official transcript. We do require 3 letters of recommendation. These can be personal, professional, or academic. We do like to see an academic letter of recommendation if possible, but we definitely understand that many non-traditional students who are returning back to complete a master's program after 5 or 10 years off from school might not have an academic reference, and that is completely understandable. We really value your work experience, and so in that case, we would much prefer a letter of recommendation from a supervisor or someone who would be able to really speak to your abilities both in the workplace, but also could kind of touch on aspects of commitment to public service, commitment to leadership, things like that we definitely look for in our applicants. We also do require a current resume, and we do encourage individuals to make sure to include their current employer on that resume. We look for a 3 to 5 page personal statement. On this, we are looking for just a better picture of who you are, why you're coming to the program. So I encourage individuals to include some information about their background, both personally and educationally, just so we have an understanding of why you're coming to the program. But then also, please touch on your academic and professional goals and how you see this Master's in Public Administration program fitting into your goals and helping you reach those goals. The next requirement is a writing sample. This should be at least 5 pages in length. And something analytical or research-based. If you do have a paper still from undergrad that you would feel comfortable submitting and you feel is an accurate representation of your writing style, please feel free to use that submission. Otherwise, you and I can talk on a one-on-one basis to talk through different options of things that will and will not count as a writing sample. But again, it should be roughly 5 pages or longer. We do look for GRE scores. For individuals who have completed their bachelor's more than 3 years ago, it is recommended but not required. So in many cases that will be waived. If you are looking for ways to strengthen your application, I definitely encourage you to consider completing the GRE, especially if you have a strength in test taking. Otherwise, we definitely look at your work experience to account for the GRE score, so it is not required in that sense. And when we're reviewing your application, we do look at the application in full. We try to take a more holistic approach to make sure that we're getting individuals who are going to be successful in the program and be able to contribute to the classroom discussions. We don't cap our admissions. Instead, we look for individuals that we feel will be successful in the program. So if you're unsure if there's a possibility that you will be admitted, I would be happy to talk through ways to strengthen your application or help you determine if there's other programs that would maybe be a better fit. So that is one area that I'd be happy to talk to you more on individually, just so I can assess your individual scenario. Our application deadlines are May 1st, June 15th, and November 1st. The May 1st deadline is what we call our early decision deadline. We recommend this deadline for any international students or students who would have to relocate for our program. That deadline does give you an answer into the program earlier on in the summer. So usually you'll find out by the end of May or 1st of June if you've been admitted, whereas the June 15th deadline, you'll usually find out early July, and then the November 1st deadline, end of December or end of November or early December. So if you are needing additional time in order to relocate or just additional time in order to make your decision, please consider that early decision deadline. We don't cap the number of individuals specifically for any application deadline time, so you will not have a better chance of being admitted based on when you apply. It's really just on if we feel that you'll be successful in the program and if you've met our qualifications. To touch on the costs of the program, tuition is $511.55 per credit hour. So each course is roughly $1,500. That is our in-state tuition rate. However, if you are located in Missouri, kind of the Metro KC area, we do have what we call the Metro KC tuition rate, which gives Kansas City residents in-state tuition. So that's something that you and I can also talk about and make sure that we're getting the correct forms submitted so that you can qualify for that discounted tuition rate. We do also have several scholarships and financial aid that are offered through our website, as well as payment plans. Both of these are done through our financial aid and scholarship office, and so we do recommend that you meet with a counselor to talk through your individual financial situation, but we do like to make sure that these links are available to you. The payment plans, instead of making one large payment for the tuition in full, it does break it up into several payments to make it more affordable. But we definitely want to make the program as affordable as possible, and so there are options available for that. If you're interested in learning more about KU or the School of Public Affairs and Administration, please connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Flickr. We do try and keep them as up-to-date as possible. But if you do have any additional questions following this information session, I apologize that it was a brief session, but I did want to kind of hit on all of the key points. But if you have any specific questions or would like to talk in more detail, please feel free to call or email me. I'd be happy to set up an appointment for us to talk in more detail. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks. Bye.